Hello and welcome to this new video, which is the sketchbook tour. Something I've already done, I think it's 2.5 or almost 3 years ago. But that video is private now, so you actually can't watch it anymore. But anyways, here's a new one. I finished this yesterday, which is the 10th of June, and I started it on the 15th of May. So it took me almost a month. Fun fact, half of this was done in the first 3 weeks, and then the second half was done since, I'd say, in the last 5 to 6 days. So the end, or like at a half of it, you will notice how rushed this was, because I have the same sketchbook. I bought the same sketchbook again, but in another color, like pink, and pink is my favorite color, and I really wanted the reason and an excuse to start the new one. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to get this finished within the first month, or so I can start my other one. And that ended up being rushed. Also, like a few days before I started the sketchbook, I just gained back my motivation for traditional art, which is because for almost a year I barely drew anything traditional. Sure, I did draw in my other sketchbook, but it's just I was pretty lazy and I didn't have motivation to like line it or color it, so most are just sketches. But here's a lot of colored stuff, and I obviously also did other colored art, but a lot of it is here in the sketchbook. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna start. Here we have the front cover, which just has some stickers on it. These I bought in a €1 store. I think they're pretty cute. And these Molang stickers are from Wish. I think I bought them like probably 2 years ago, but they're really cute. I really like Molang. So the first page is kind of an introduction. It's like, hey, I bought another sketchbook, as if I don't already have 3 other ones. Like, yeah, I have 3 other sketchbook, a toned paper one from Canson, and 2 other Canson ones, these with the orange covers. Wait, I have one right now. These are my favorite sketchbooks to use because of the paper, and I have this big one and one that is like half of the size that I started back in November, I think. I'm gonna get these finished too. I don't know if I'm gonna make a sketchbook tour to those when they're finished, but for now we have this. So here's some of my OCs, like Jake and Milo, and this is me. And this is my girlfriend and me. And yeah, here's the next page. More of my OCs and myself and my persona. Sometimes you will see like these boxes or random notes. Usually it's just random stuff in my mind or whatever. And like this is a song lyric actually, but it's German. I don't mind if people read it, but if I'm probably not going to get into it, like gonna say, hey, I wrote this because of that here. Sometimes I will, but most of the time I won't, because I don't know. This is my girlfriend and me again. The pose is from something I saw on Pinterest, but I don't know the original artist, so I'm not gonna look for the reference, because on Pinterest you usually don't find like the person who posted it there to be the original artist. My OC Milo again, and my girlfriend's OC Felix. They're pretty fun to draw. Here's my hamsters, Peggy and Ellie as humans, and also them as hamsters. No talker, Shiengi. Is like every time I free roam her in the bathroom. Sometimes she will go in the corner and just sit there. Peggy does the same thing, but I had a cute photo of Ellie, and so I decided to redraw it. This was also a day I didn't like think about coloring it really. And here's my swatching paper. I'm actually using it to cover up some text, which is pretty useless, so don't wonder about that. you have Jake and Dynamite, who are the protagonist and antagonist of my book Sinister Soul that I'm currently writing. And yeah, I do this on their birthday, which was the 22nd of May. It's not like the day I created them, but I decided to make their birthday like the day, like the 22nd is my girlfriend's and mine monthly anniversary, and actually it's on April. Like the 22nd April is the day we got together in last year. So like the birthday is on our 1 year or yearly plus 1 month anniversary. I just thought that was a nice idea for them because they're pretty important characters. Here's some more OCs of mine. And more. It's actually kind of funny because these characters, like, they are best friends, but she lives in a completely different timeline, like probably 20 years. Okay, 20 is a bit too much, but probably like 10 or 15 years later. So they're like teens when she's like probably just born. But on this picture, I drew them being the same age. Because my girlfriend actually wanted me to draw her. Like, I asked her, hey, what OC should I draw? And she was like, Zooey. And I was like, okay, it doesn't fit on the page, but I'm gonna draw her. This is probably one of my favorite pages. I think it's pretty neat. You will see me drawing with watercolors and alcohol markers a lot in the beginning, but after half of it, I drifted off into watercolors mostly because I have this big set here. It has like 48 colors, and I just want to get it done like empty so I can have an excuse to buy a new one. Yeah. OCs. This is my persona. I did this on a day when I like wasn't motivated to make like something like this, which is completely lined and colored. Actually, this wasn't done on the same day, I think. Yeah, but still. Wait. I know I wrote here, I started this the day before, like on the 25th actually, but I just finished it on the 26th. I kind of gave myself this rule to make at least 1 page a day, and I didn't really count this as a page, so I made this one. And this is when I started to be more like, hey, I'm just gonna draw more with ballpoint pens and don't care about everything being 100% clean, because I don't know. These are reverse AU designs for Jake and Dynamite you saw earlier. I'm not the biggest fan of these designs actually because it's just recolor, honestly. And yeah, I'm gonna redesign the AU designs. If you don't know what an AU is, it's an alternative universe basically to the original thing. And reverse AU, for example, has like the roles switched, so I switched antagonist and protagonist for this, but it's not the only roles that get switched. This was on a day when I don't know if I didn't have time or if I wasn't like motivated, but yeah, I just drew a bit, and the day later was the same thing. I just didn't have a lot of time or motivation, so it's just this. This is a fusion of Jake and his boyfriend Ace, who is my girlfriend's OC. Just I really like the fusion. I think it's pretty neat. I drew this on a day when I bought new art supplies like ink, not actually just ink, but the same brand and stuff, but in another color, which was a dark blue, but it looks almost black. And I don't know what you call these in English, but I bought like a pack of these two, and I really enjoyed drawing with them. Just this paper isn't the best because it really just sucks up the ink almost immediately, so you don't like when you put the pen on it, it's like you can't really move it around because the paper already has most of the ink on it, I'd say. More OC drawings. I really messed up this one. I don't really like it that much. Like, I don't know, the hair just looks kind of weird. And here's more OCs. Here's Zooey again and her boyfriend Jupiter. this is my girlfriend's OC, but I redesigned him for her, so this design was inspired by his old design, but she hasn't drawn him in years and she wanted to redesign him, so I just did it for her. And this is a co-owned OC. His name is Lucifer. I own him together with my girlfriend. And here's more Jake. As you can see, he's probably the OC I draw the most. I don't know. It's fun. He's also my main character, so yeah. Here's Milo again and Say. He's Jake's roommates. I will make a new video about Sinister Soul soon, cause like I pirated the old one. If you've seen that one, I'm not really satisfied with it. I'll just make a new one soon. Here's Jake doodles again that I made at 3 AM. Because 3 AM doodles are pretty fun sometimes. I don't stay up that long so often anymore, but when I do, it's probably fun to do some dumb stuff. Here's something I did the next day, struggling a bit with anatomy because what the hell even is anatomy? It's my OC96 and my persona again. Here we have Milan and Jay. I mean, oh god. It's Jay. She's my girlfriend's OC, and they're like dating, and oh my god, straight people in Pride Month are illegal. If you are caught being straight during this month, you will be arrested by the police. Yeah. Milan again, and Jake and Memphis. He is Milan's twin brother. Here's more OCs. This is Jake and all his siblings and Dynamite. These lyrics are in Spanish, but actually I don't really understand Spanish. I can understand a few words, but I don't really speak or understand that much. It's just from a song I like, which is, I'm not gonna say it because, like this title, because I'm not confident enough for that, but it's from FNAF High School. It's the cover of Wolf in a Sheep's Clothing. The original song is by Set It Off. Here's my persona again. And actually my digital version of this. More OCs. Here's Jay again. She belongs to my girlfriend. And these are the rest of my OCs. For these two, I actually didn't like mix the right colors. These aren't the actual hair colors. It's pretty close, but not enough. I was just really too lazy to, mix the colors, because sometimes I get a little lazy. Here's Say again. I like this one because it's, I don't know, it kind of looks clean, but it also looks a bit messy, and I really like that. Here's something pretty different from my usual art. The lyrics are from my newest favorite song, which is Planetary Sanctuary by, how to say his name in English? Limit, I guess. Limit? I don't know. Yeah, I just really like the song, and it fits my OC Jake and my girlfriend's OC Ace a lot. And originally I only drew this galaxy, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna draw some planets on it and write some fancy lyrics on it. You can see this was done on Sunday, like the past few pages. I think starting with this one was done on the same day, so like 95 drawings a day, and it only got more the next days. Yeah, some random thoughts of mine and OC doodling. Here we have some more. And I was kind of struggling with drawing my OC Talia. My girlfriend asked me to draw her because I never draw her. So I was like struggling around a bit with her character design because I haven't drawn her in almost a year. And I really like this one. This one is nice too, but the eyes are kind of weird. But yeah, this is my favorite drawing from this page. Here's something else my girlfriend asked me to draw. Like sometimes I just ask her, hey, say one or a couple of OCs of mine or of yours, and I'm gonna draw them when I don't really know what to draw. So here's my OC Mina and her OC Joel. First I drew this, but then I kind of struggled with how to draw him in my art style. So I experimented around a bit, and I think this one works pretty okay, like with the eyes. Maybe I'm gonna change that up a bit when I draw him the next time, but for now I think this is pretty nice. Almost skip the page. Something else my girlfriend asked me to draw, or asked her to say some OCs, which are Ama, Roseanne, and Paul. These two are my OCs, and Paul is hers, and here's just kind of me rambling about him because it's kind of a joke that I hate him, but I don't really hate him. It's really just a joke because he's not a bad character, he's not a bad person or whatever. It's just a joke that I really hate him. And yeah, my persona again, like trying something else, like kind of different body art style, I think, like with the legs and the arms. And here we have Jake again. This kind of turned out a little too blue on this. But yeah, and here's also me being like, hey Mao, you should draw something else, but full bodies and headshots go brrr. Here's my persona again, and I'm kind of having a crisis because of school. Here's something Galaxy song lyric thing again. These are lyrics from the song Der weiße Mann by 00 or like 00, like I wrote them down here. I really like this song and I had it stuck in my head. It's pretty nice. Here is some more Jake. And I don't really know what to say else. Here's some character designs for Milan for the sequel of Sinister Memories, which will be called the sequel of Sinister Soul, which will be called Sinister Symphony, and then there will be another sequel called Sinister Memories. And I can't say too much about it, but yeah, he just kind of has a monster form, I'd say. And I think it looks pretty cool. I especially like this one. I drew them in school actually, like I drew them in school and colored them when I was at home. My persona, or like me, if you see like this character with cat ears and wings and stuff, that's my persona, and without it, it's just me. So like me again, and I don't know if this, I think this is Jake. Yeah. And Smiley. Here's Jake again, and my girlfriend's OC Pascal. I really like him. He is probably my favorite one of her OCs, actually. Here we have my OC Milo again. The coloring isn't the best, but I was really getting lazy and like, hey, I'm just gonna do it quick so I get a sketchbook finished. I was kind of struggling with drawing him adult. Like, him, when he's an adult, he has like really long hair, and of course he's taller, and he like starts liking to wear dresses and skirts. So I kind of struggled around with that, as you can see. Yeah, I just have to see what I'll do with that. I'll practice with that the next days in my new sketchbook probably. And here's stuff again, and me struggling a bit with anatomy, and then I had a short art style crisis, as you can see, because I was very tired that day, and then I decided to just draw in my other sketchbook, and this I do the next day. Sad boy. And here's more happy boy. I colored just in my video yesterday actually. And here's some more. Dynamite and Smiley and Jake again. And they wore a pretty dress yesterday and I felt pretty with it, so I drew myself in it, but I didn't like draw the stuff that is on the dress on it. So yeah, I really just wanted to go home when I was in school because it was very boring. So I just doodled stuff. And here's Milan again. His hair is fun to draw because it's so floofy. And I really like what I did with these colors here. Like, it looks pretty cool. and here my sketchbook was coming to an end, and I was like, okay, after half of this became lazy. I'm gonna do better in my next sketchbook and not rush it and not give myself like a date when I'm gonna be like, hey, the sketchbook has to be done by today or by this day. So I actually give myself more time and it won't turn out as messy as like the second half of this. And here's Smiley again. Not the right color palette, actually. This was colored very messy again. And here we have the last page, which is my persona. I was like, hey, finally I'm done with this. And yeah, that's it. I can show you my next sketchbook I bought. It's pretty much just the same one. Oh my god, what was that? Something outside. Yeah, it's pretty much the same. Here you can see the brand. I think Honsel Art Products, I guess. Yeah, I really like it. I'm not the biggest fan of the paper actually, but it's good enough for me as a like secondary sketchbook, which I'm gonna use it as like pretty much as a sketchbook just to warm up and not as a main one. Like I use this. My main one will be my Canson sketchbook, so I will actually get it done. But yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed me looking through this hellhole. And yeah, that's it. Bye!